what we want to do is take a look at the agent.ts file, which is included in the source folder. Now, if you don't have access to this code, reach out to me. I should have already given access, but if not, reach out and I'll make sure that you have the source code. Otherwise, you can just head over to Livekit and they have a bunch of different examples that you can utilize. Here, we're using the multimodal agent backend, and it's the TypeScript Node.js example. So what we want to do here is install the dependencies. Now, every now and then, Livekit updates its packages, and if you just hit an npm install, it may not work. So what you want to do is, usually in that situation, you can run the command npm I, which stands for install, space -- legacy -peer -deps. Now, one thing I'm going to include in that is MongoDB, because I do want the MongoDB driver so that we can go ahead and save our information into the database. So once I hit that, I'll hit enter. And if you usually get to this stage, usually you're in good shape. Let's see if we get any errors. Excellent. So at this point, we can go ahead and run npm run build just to make sure that all this could compile to JavaScript, because that's what we're going to end up running when we're done with our voice AI agent. So here I'll say npm run build. See, now we see that there was an error. So here I'll head over to this and let's just undo that there. I'll hit clear. Now let's go ahead and run npm run build. Marvelous. So if that happened, then you should now have a dist folder which has the JavaScript version of what we had in the agent.ts file. Now, we've set up our agent.ts file, but what is very important? Our .env environment variables. So the way that we want to configure that is we're going to need several variables here. Let's head over. You're going to need your Livekit _ URL. You're going to need Livekit _ API _ key. You're going to need your Livekit _ API _ secret, and you're going to need OpenAI _ API _ key. And last but not least, you're going to need your MongoDB _ URI. I know that looks like an L sometimes, but it is an I. What I usually do is I create a .env environment file, and then I also create a .env.local, because sometimes the agent is looking in the .env file, sometimes it's looking in the .env.local. I've built a lot of voice AI agents, so I usually just have both for insurance. If we check out the agent.ts file here, we'll see that this one is looking inside the .env. If I wanted for it to look into .env.local, then I would just do that. So let's just go over the bare bones of what's given to you when you first download this.